I didn't realize that was a Stranger Things
theme one?
game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I turned it on and I started scrolling through it and I'm like, what is all this? What?
Oh, there's
like Stranger Things games on it.
Oh, I didn't even notice. I saw Pac-Man. I was like, oh, Pac-Man.
Oh, there's like a few different games on it. You scroll through it.
Dig Dog, Galaga. Oh, Polywog. Oh. Waffle Blast.
Keep going.
11's Quest. Block Blaster. Hawkins Invasion. Syrup Drip. Steve Stomp. Oh my god. Bike Bites. Dust and Dash. Stranger Skies. Monster Trek. Flash Fright. Freezer Jams. Babysitter Steve.
There's a whole bunch of
Scoops Ahoy. That's from the third season. Hopper Hunt. There you go, that's better. That's not so loud. Let's check out Babysitter Steve. Will the Demogorgons and kill the Demogorgons and protect the kids. Press button to start. Oh boy. Oh. Fuck you, Demo. That's right, motherfucker. Ooh. Oh, they ate the kid. Sorry.
Oh, that was quick.
Well, hey. Didn't say I was a good babysitter.
That's the original.
Never said I was a good babysitter.
Your kid was eating.
Can I still get paid?
I'll take a discount. I'm sorry about that.
Half off, because that's what's left of your child.
Yeah, there's a couple of legs and an arm. They pretty much did with the torso. I don't know what they did with it. It's gone. That's the original difficulty of video games right there.
Hell yeah. There was no easy, medium, or hard.
No, there wasn't.
Oh. Kids these days will never know.
There was the Will Smith, Chris Rock slap. 8-bit. Speaking of, before talking about, like, there's a couple just news things I want to touch on before we get
that's
into
fine, dude. That's fine.
Just
There's
notable
fodder.
things, that being one. On Elden
Keep my
Ring.
wife's name out your fucking mouth. I saw the TikTok you
On
sent me.
Elden Ring, there's a guy with the Will Smith thing slapping people.
And then, he screams.
I think that's great. Just because on Elden Ring, the creative character is so vast. Like the 2K games I was talking about with Rich when we were doing a show on Elden Ring.
Yeah.
It's so in depth, like the WWE 2K.
Well, it's just the facial construction. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, just not so much the body, but definitely with the face. So with the body, you can't really see it anyway, unless you run around naked. So it doesn't really matter.
Oh, you're not supposed to?
No.
Yeah, there's nothing illegal about it in the game.
Yeah.
Whee! Look at my staff.
Especially if you have the giant finger weapon. It grows.
I've seen what you can do with that finger.
But so the whole Chris Rock thing, and what do you think about that? Like, what your reaction on it before I go further into that?
Oh, the minute I saw it, even the keep my wife's mouth out your fucking name, I was like,
what? Wait a minute.
He screams, yeah.
Yeah, but okay, people, he didn't catch that one. Keep my wife's name
out
your fucking name.
All right, whatever.
I don't even know how to. Poor Chris Rock's like, I don't even fucking know how to do that.
Yeah, no. Even when he screamed, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth," when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, this was scripted."
You think it was scripted? I've heard a lot of people say it was scripted. Maybe
his face didn't even get red, dude.
Well,
but and this video.
Nothing was said.
This video's been
taken down. But everyone that knows.
Just ask Blade in Blade 2. Ron Perlman.
So you think it was?
I think it was scripted.
You think it was
his face didn't show, his cheek didn't show any reddening, no swelling, and come on, a slap hard enough to almost knock a dude off his feet. Not even his eye was swollen shut a little bit. Come on.
I don't think it would have swollen anything.
His cheek should have puffed up. I get it. Chris Rock's put on a few pounds. No offense, brother, but he might have put on a few pounds, but his face doesn't look that fat. His face wasn't that fat.
A lot of people, some of the things people are saying were kind of a stretch to me, because a lot of people were saying, if you watch when Will Smith goes to slap, Chris Rock doesn't react at all.
Yeah.
And then he turns with the slap, and I'm like, okay. And I can
There's
see
no
that.
pullback.
But at the same time, my argument to that, not like I'm definitively arguing whether it was scripted or not, but my argument to that, just playing devil's advocate, was, they're at the Oscars, and I don't know about anybody else, but if I'm at the Oscars, my last thing in my mind is someone's going to walk up on national or global television and slap me for a joke that's not even that. It wasn't even a great joke. It was something that's been overplayed, like a G.I. Jane. Oh, woman with short hair.
Yeah.
And it wasn't groundbreaking or that offensive or anything really at all. So I could understand why Chris Rock didn't kind of flinch or anything. It's like, what the hell is Will Smith doing? It just kind of lost in the moment.
Yeah, but then to sit there, Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
It's funny.
I mean,
that was the greatest moment in television.
You're talking about the same guy, Will Smith, that was doing an interview with the first AI robot nurse and was like,
he leans
in the kid. Come on. Yeah, no. Do I think it was scripted? I have just by intuition.
I could definitely see where people would think it.
Yeah, I see a lot of the evidence to support that it was scripted. Because, like I said, even now, if I walked up and tried as my fastest, even if you knew I was going to slap you, as fast as I could slap you, let's say I made contact, your still body jerk reaction is to back up, not turn with slap. Yeah, remember?
Yes.
If you know, you know.
There's three people that know that.
Just the three of us.
Yeah. I don't think it was scripted, and I think when I watched it, I laughed because I know exactly what just happened. When the joke was first said, the camera pans right to Will Smith, or looks at Will Smith,
and he's laughing,
and then Will's laughing.
And you see Jada.
The camera goes, to Jada, starts rolling her eyes, and Will glances over at her and goes, "Fuck." Now I got to do something, because if he didn't do something, Jada was going to just go in on Will, which she always does anyway. That's the most toxic relationship I've ever fucking seen in my life. They have a podcast where the two of them talk about cheating on each other. And when Jada was sleeping around with someone that was way younger than both of them or some shit like that, and then he broke it off with her, and then she went back to Will. And then Will's just like, yeah, okay, and just rolls over and plays dead. And wow,
did you hear it?
It's like he's in a toxic relationship but doesn't even realize it.
Did you?
He's so deep into it.
He's abused. He's used to it.
Yeah.
She didn't mean it. She loves me. But she just lost her temper for a second.
But as soon as I saw it, I'm like, Will Smith just did what any guy in that scenario would do. It's like, that's good. Oh, you asshole. Now I got to go slap you. So he's walking up there, probably looking at Chris like, listen, dude, I'm sorry about this. What?
It's cool, brother. Got you.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, because now they've even gone on record to, I guess they have talked. They've seen each other. And
yeah, they probably went backstage after and was like, listen, I had to do that because she was being a bitch. It was either that or I was sleeping on the couch, which I probably am anyway, because what's his face is coming over and I'm not allowed to talk to him.
Well, did you see the memes? There was one where Jada's kind of leaning over to Will. Tupac would have defended me.
Yeah, well, Tupac ain't here, is he?
Well, you best get his VR ass up here and do something about it. His hologram.
Jeez.
That would have been better. It's totally not scripted. A hologram really can slap somebody. Okay.
Yeah, but that was my take on it. As soon as I saw him and then
come on, seriously,
Jada.
And here's some more of it. Let's be honest. When's the last time you watched the Oscars? Be honest.
I'll be honest with you. I had no fucking idea it was even on until the next morning when it was all over. I'm like, what's this?
So
at the Oscars, I'm like, oh.
Here you go. You've got this show that honestly, unless you remember watching Murder, She Wrote, when it first aired.
Wasn't that 1938?
Yeah, during Prohibition. It was because of the Great Depression. Unless you were there for the pilot episode of Murder, She Wrote, you're not going to be interested in the Oscars. There's no interest. Nobody has interest. Even old people have lost interest in the Oscars.
Well, because a lot of the movies they nominate during all those shows is movies that
Yeah.
the normal population is not really going to watch or know about.
So,
Like, there's what the nomination or Will Smith's nomination for something like was the King's Men or
no, the King's
something I don't know,
the King's
something.
Fool or something like that.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, the Queen's Fool is more like it. Jada was the queen. Will was the fool. No,
Jada would probably be the king.
on top of that, apparently there was reports that, he was ordered to leave and he was escorted. You never see him walk off camera. And he's there the whole time. He's there the rest of the show.
Will?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
But
it's like,
apparently they did kick him out of the.
but he refused to
Not
leave.
the guild, but the whatever it is.
The Actors Guild, you're right.
Is it the Actors Guild?
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
They removed him. So he can win, but he can't vote.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
what kind of a punishment is that? I can't vote. So unless his vote
Well, 'cause
is
the
worth like
actors-
50,000 people,
No. The Actors Guild is just the actors that are in it. They can cast a vote to who they want to win, and that's how those awards are decided.
boo hoo. That's not a
So he
punishment
can be
at all.
nominated and win, but he can't actively cast a vote on Robert De Niro's performance in I Am Biden.
I guess.
I Am Legend, I mean. Sorry.
Again, who cares? Like, that's not a punishment. That's you can't vote for yourself.
I don't know.
That's such crap. That's such bullshit.
I agree.
Another slap on the wrist for the rich and famous.
Yep. Speaking of Will Smith, have you seen the new Bel Air show or movie, whatever it is?
I think I vaguely heard about something a
haven't-
while ago, but
I haven't heard anything about it, but I haven't seen anything of it. I haven't seen anything of it, but from like the little bit videos you see on TikTok and shit like that.
I don't know why they just read. I haven't heard about it. So why are we bringing it up then?
They've changed the whole dynamic, which I'm sorry.
Is it a white family now?
No. It's a black family, but like Carlton and Will are like they hate each other and they're like mortal enemies or something like that.
Is it a reboot?
Yeah, basically.
All new people?
Mhm.
So they're rebooting shows now?
I guess so.
I mean, I guess they were rebooting shows before, but
Power Rangers.
they're mortal enemies?
They're not.
Why? The rich versus the poor, some shit like that?
Well, I guess at one point there's one scene I remember watching on TikTok where it's Carlton and he's trying to punk Will because Carlton was like the most popular kid in the school or something like that, or he had all the street credit or whatever. And now here's Will, a kid from the streets, who actually, puts him in his place or something like that. So now in order to get his reputation back, even I'm confused trying to understand what I'm saying.
I don't know about confused, but I'm fucking bored just trying to describe it. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, the original Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and it's not even called the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, it's just Bel-Air. The original Fresh Prince had
like Rocky 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Rocky.
Yeah.
Or Rambo.
Yep.
Like we just went.
Yep.
They think the fans are too stupid. It's like if we put too many words in the title, they'll get lost.
Well,
Bel Air, Rambo, Rocky. We need no more
too
than
many syllables. Not words,
Yeah.
syllables. Too many syllables in the
We
name.
need as little letters, syllables, and words as possible. So we'll just call this one E.
That's what the news is eventually going to be.
This one's B.
Night, news, death, bye. Wow. That was a good segment. I learned everything I need to know about the country in like 2 seconds.
I like the part in the middle.
Could you imagine trying to do a one-syllable word news broadcast? One-syllable news broadcast where all you could say is words with one syllable to describe what you're trying to do or what you're trying to put out for the news.
Oh, there's a challenge. Go.
Hi. News. Now. War. Bad.
Bye.
Den.
That's how you can get around it. Just a two-person panel.
Yeah, there you go. Ta.
Day.
Bye.
Den.
Ta.
Day.
Touched. Ta.
Day.
Okay. Oh shit, we need a 3-person panel. America. That's 4. Never mind. Too many news podcasters. This isn't fucking Anchorman.
You're making that up. Why don't you just go back to your home on Horror Island?
You have way too much pubic hair. I'm actually very proud of my mane. Smells worse than Bigfoot's dick. Oh, shit.
So, Will Smith.
Yeah.
Scientists are working on a contagious vaccine. I think before I brought up the scientists working on vaccines carried by mosquitoes.
Yes, I brought it up because they're genetically engineering mosquitoes to carry micro doses of the vaccine to put into people. A contagious vaccine
around the world. This is from IFLscience.com. It says around the world, several teams of scientists are looking to create contagious vaccines that would spread by themselves, giving herd immunity to populations faster than the disease can spread itself. What was it called? Omicron. Which, that works pretty well. I mean, it's a very mild form of disease, and it's a virus. It spreads throughout everyone real quick. Everyone gets sick, barely shows symptoms, really mild symptoms. Then all of a sudden, everyone has immunity.
Yep.
I was like, we don't need to make vaccines. We already have that. It's just called infection.
It's called penicillin. It gets rid of everything.
Vaccines that contain live or weakened viruses have been shown to be contagious to a certain extent in the past. Though data on how transmissible they are is scarce, one vaccine known to be contagious, the oral polio vaccine, is one of the rare vaccines. No, we're not serious, folks. Not at all. A rare vaccine is known to spread between people.
Great, let's bring back polio.
What if this gets out of hand and it's one of those post-apocalyptic movies? Like, we got a vaccine for AIDS, and that's isn't that how AIDS. Fucking yeah? Isn't that how
the cure for AIDS is AIDS?
I Am Legend or I Am Omega?
No, I Am Legend.
Wasn't that the cure for AIDS or something, or is that cancer?
The cure for cancer?
Yeah, that's right.
The movie I Am Legend literally starts out with a news person. I believe it's over in like Britain or England or something like that. And so basically, you cured cancer. Yes, I did. And then it cuts to the New York City, Manhattan.
Right.
Will Smith driving. So.
X amount of years later, whatever it was.
Yeah.
It was a decent movie.
I mean, at least he had a happy ending in that.
Yeah.
Puts his wife in a helicopter and he didn't have to slap anybody for her.
That's true. He just took out the entire world. Man, Will Smith is really bad to everybody else when it comes to his wife.
I know.
Well, we've all learned a lesson, folks.
Is Jada really the toxic one, or is Will the toxic one?
Maybe Jada is. Yeah, that's a good question. He's going to cure cancer and then kill the world.
You know what's funny? They're coming out with a sequel, and he's going to be in it because the alternate ending, according to the novel
the
movie was based off of, he doesn't actually die. He basically, he's curing the one hunter's partner, and so somehow, some way, the hunter understands he's gonna release her. So, according to the way the book describes it, he's like standing there in a menacing stance, like just making sure Will Smith's character lets his partner go. He growls at him and then leaves. Now, in the movie I Am Legend, Will Smith jumps into the glass with the grenade and kills them all. After he sends the woman and her child out to shoot. So I guess the sequel is supposed to be based off the alternate ending that I guess they did do, which you never saw, I haven't seen it,
No, I haven't seen it.
but there is an alternate ending in I Am Legend where Will Smith
But that's going
does
to be.
survive.
That's going to be. They're going to have to somehow.
Re-release the movie with that ending
Well,
rather
either
than
that or at least at the beginning do like kind of a flashback thing, which is kind of cheap for a free 5-10 minutes of film, but.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, there are people that are going to go into it blind, watch it, and be
Wait
like,
a minute! I thought this guy jumped into the glass with a grenade and died.
"Yeah, it's like, isn't he dead?"
Now, how ironic would it be if the I Am Legend 2 starts out, Dan, smack my bitch up.
Or what if they just start it with Will Smith walking up to Chris Rock, slapping him, and then that slap somehow triggered something in Chris Rock's head? It's like, look what you did!
Smack my bitch.
It's a former.
Who sang that?
Prodigy.
Prodigy, that's right.
The Prodigy. Yeah, The Prodigy.
Yeah, good band, man.
One thing is Amazon warehouse workers form the first union in New York State, or they bring the first union in Amazon. And I guess apparently, I was talking to her.
Wait, what?
Amazon, the warehouse in New York, Amazon warehouse out.
There's other unions in New York, though.
The first union in Amazon.
Oh.
Because Amazon didn't want it for obvious reasons. I guess with the union going in there now, they found like tens of violations, like worker violation, like not enough breaks, underpaid, which was reported on before anyway.
Oh, yeah,
But
Amazon?
But now it's coming to light, and now that the union's in there,
Bezos is in trouble then.
I don't think anything's going to happen to him. He's what, the second or third richest person in the world, something like that.
He's up there.
I think he's the second richest person in the world. But
I mean, how could you not be if you're flying a dick-shaped rocket? If you're flying a
rocket?
dick-shaped rocket.
oh, look at that puddle jumper.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, it's going down.
For my mouse.
He sees Jeff Bezos in the window popping Silas. All of a sudden, the rocket goes back up.
Licking the window.
Uh-oh, the rocket's going up again. Keep licking.
That's how you get it to go. Stroke.
Don't mocking me. Family Guy. Oh my God. No, but that's good. Good for them. Because even their drivers, being in the industry, I've even heard, because of course there's a couple of like mini, I don't know what fulfillment centers, I guess you can call them. Not full warehouses, but like kind of like.
Like the one up by Target there?
Yeah.
Right.
It's a little fulfillment center.
Yeah.
I
kind of a drop-off pickup place.
Yeah, I've heard even their drivers, they don't get shit.
No.
Because I considered it. I was like, well, maybe I could drive for Amazon.
I looked at it too this past fall.
Well, I don't mean like the delivery truck. The delivery truck guys, actually, I knew somebody who was driving for them. The only problem he loved the job. He's like, the pay wasn't great, but
right now, pay for anything is not great.
But I guess the workload for the drivers themselves, they're driving distances, but they're driving a little fucking, they're not driving a 48-foot trailer.
Right.
They're driving a little cargo van.
Right.
And they can get in and out no problem. The only beef he had was you went out with your set deliveries and that was it. They had your route planned and everything. But if you finished too fast and someone else was falling behind, you had to race over, grab up theirs, adopt their partial route or whatever, and then deliver off the rest of those. And if you didn't, if you didn't complete it, you got in trouble for it.
That's exactly what the post office does. Like UPS? Not post office.
USPS.
UPS. No, UPS does. I don't know if USPS does that. They might do it too, but UPS does that. So if you get done with your run quick, especially in holiday season, you might have to ship back up. Like if you're doing a run here, or across the river, or Fort Plain, Nelson, wherever, and you get done an hour, 2, 3 hours early, might have to go up to Gloversville or Amsterdam and do a run up there and finish up someone who's behind. And so you might end up working a 13 or 14 hour day.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. But I guess the way the kid was telling me, he's like, yeah, no, dude, I got written up because I was finishing too early. And that's why I finally said, I'm not going to let you fire me. I'm just going to quit. And he quit because...
Are they union?
I don't know.
Because if they're not union, it's weird. There's a lot of jobs that are doing that aren't union. They're doing the cliche union thing where if you're working too fast, you get in trouble. When I was at the warehouse...
he was never in trouble for working too fast.
Well, you just said...
He was getting in trouble because he would finish his route early. They'd send him over to help somebody else out. And not finish their route, so then he'd get the write-up. And
which is screwy.
So many write-ups...
Which is incentive for somebody to not move.
Yep. So basically, yeah, they're doing that. In that aspect of the union perspective, yes, you're right.
And... when I was at the warehouse, they would do the same thing. You wouldn't get in trouble for moving too fast, but they would, every time you'd move faster and adapt to their rules, they would change them and make it so it was harder to pull production and move fast. And then you'd adapt again, and then they change it again, and then you'd adapt again. And they did it 3 or 4 times, and there's me and a whole bunch of us. It was like, we're done. I'm not doing this anymore. We go from pulling 140s and 50s down to
10 years,
95, 100.
The 10 years are the ones to learn from, because they're the ones that don't work too fast, because the minute you show them you can do it every day, even though you're breaking your back to do it, oh, well, they can do it every day.
Yeah, it's never about what you did yesterday. It's about what can you do for me right now.
Yeah, what are you doing for me tomorrow?
Yeah.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah, so that's what that sounds like. The whole Amazon thing is that, you get done, you have to be shipped off somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's why, actually, I kept getting USPS stuff for email when I was looking to get out of the warehouse, and I kept looking at it, but every time I talk to somebody who does them delivery, it's like, it's fine, except for that right there. It's
Hayes.
Like, you're not, yeah, he does it too. He's like, you're not guaranteed to just have 8 hours. It's like, you might have 13 hours or 15 hours, holiday season. Especially with snow and stuff. Like, you might be out all day. I'm like,
and that's the worst part, too, because they're not...
If I knew it was a long day, that's one thing. But if you go in, and then suddenly halfway through the day, it's like, oh, man, I'm going to be here another 5 hours. Like, what the fuck? That's just inconvenient for the family at home. Like, if without a family single, fuck, all right, whatever. But can't really do that with a family at home.
Nope.
So, especially if the other one's working, then it makes it even that much more difficult. Then you got to, like, on the fly, figure out what you're doing with your kid and, like, what.
Childcare, dinner, depending on how old your child is.
Right.
Okay, if they're young enough, you still have to help them prep for bed and all that fun stuff. Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I was like, well, that's out of the question. Not going to do that, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, but apparently that's one of the things, but they were finding a whole bunch of things that Amazon was doing wrong.
Yeah,
so
I'm
just
not surprised.
See what ends up happening there.
That'd be crazy, too. I mean, and that's the thing. Like, you would think Amazon, of all people, as big as they've gotten, they would have been like, all right, well, we kind of got here by stepping on the little people. Let's start.
Like Apple, like Steve Jobs. Like his whole mantra, his whole business model was you get the most out of the people that are working for you by just like basically like thumbing them right into the dirt. Like, that's how he got everyone. And unfortunately, because he started doing that, that became the business model, the popular business model, after Apple became this mega giant of a company.
Oh, yeah.
And now, like, it's just the normal thing across a lot of these huge companies, even smaller or medium-sized companies with, like, 100-plus employees. Mm-hmm. Like, the bosses are just, like, treat their employees like dirt.
Yeah,
just numbers. Across the board.
They're not people, they're numbers.
Really?
Dude, I worked in warehousing for 18 and a half years.
Right.
I'd seen so many fucking faces come and go.
And part of that is just because the job's not for everybody. But
well, no, it's not that it's not for everybody. Anybody can do a warehouse job.
I beg to differ. There's people that just are not built for warehouse jobs.
Well, it depends on what function you're talking about. I mean, that's the cool thing about a warehouse. They got so many different jobs that you can do within the four walls.
I'm talking about like in on the floor. Like,
but let's look at Target for instance. Packers. They stand in one spot. They walk back and forth, maybe 3-4 feet. Yeah, you're basically like a waitress, but you're moving in a lot less of an area. So if you're not cut out for walking, fine, go in the office. They have office positions. They have dock working positions. They have equipment operating positions. They have a bunch of positions that you can do depending on what you're capable of. But when you see your coworkers or you at that point get treated and thumbed down, like you were saying, because you're not being productive enough, you're not giving them the results they want, that's where anybody can do warehousing, but not everybody can deal with that mantra, that mentality of I'm just a number.
See, the one thing that was nice when I went down to Golub in the beginning is it was still run by the family. Mm-hmm. It was still run by the Golubs, and you could tell. because it was a decent place to be. Then throughout the years I was there, you could tell that they were getting out.
Yeah.
And there was outside entities coming in, because then it became like this cold place. No pun, because I worked in the cooler, but like the atmosphere was
I did too. I worked in a freezer for 2 years. I loved it.
The atmosphere was just different, and you could tell there was less communication between the office workers, the supervisors, the lead men or whatever, and the people on the floor. And then it got, right before I left, it got to the point where the only time they would talk, unless you went in there specifically, is when they run the numbers. And of course, part of that is COVID. They stopped having meetings for every shift. They would go in there and be like, "Ugh, get away from me."
You have cooties.
For some reason, I had access to the office. Like, there's only few people that had access to the office. I was one of them. I don't know why. I didn't work in the office. They're like, "You can come in." I'm like, "All right."
You go in, door
Shut
locks.
the shades, please.
I can't get out, guys.
My card doesn't work to get out.
We know.
No.
I don't want the raise. I don't want the raise.
It's too late. It's already raising. What were we talking about? I don't know.
Oh, Amazon Union.
Yeah, but so there was outside entities coming in, and it just completely changed. And that mentality kind of was adopted just silently. And you could just tell, like, the people, you'd come in, and anytime you talk to a supervisor or something, it was like talking to a robot. With the exception of a select few.
Yeah.
There was some that were really good people, but most of them, literally, it was like talking to an air conditioning unit. It was...
I didn't say blow me.
It was just
all I asked was about the quarterly raise.
Yeah.
Just not so cold.
It was just not fun. It was just not. It wasn't not that work's supposed to be fun. It just, you go there, and that's when I started being like, I do not want to fucking be here. And that's when you know there's something wrong at your job. When you go to work and you're driving to work, you're like, my body was just suddenly sore.
Yeah.
On the days I worked. The weekend I was like, I feel good. I'm loose. And then Monday morning would hit, and I'd wake up and be like, I'm stiff. And I didn't do anything over the weekend. It's like my body knew,
no, Daddy,
you don't want to be here. And you just go in, and there'd be days I'd be fine, just working, just like a robot. And there'd be days I'd be like, I want to get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't want to be here.
Well, that's how it started for me. When I finally, the first time I left, when I went to the automotive industry. I did that for a little while.
And then you went back like an abused woman in an
abusive
relationship.
I went back like a Will Smith to Jada Pinkett. But
you heard her say, not to go back on that, but you hear her say something about she didn't even want to marry Will. She was crying on her wedding night, or during her wedding, because she didn't want to marry Will. Like, evidently she said that. I was like, how does this thing? How does this relationship last? And Will's just like, yeah, thanks. I like to keep it short in the summer.
So basically, you only hear what you want to hear. Thanks. I had to keep it short during the summer.
That's just what I got out of that whole thing.
No, but yeah, no. That's just it. But at that point, that's when I was into the industry for 16 years. And I didn't know anything else. I was afraid to try new stuff, and that's another thing. When you're in the warehouse long enough, it puts that fear into you.
I'm gonna come back, guys. You're going right back to the floor, you piece of shit. That's okay. Anything's good. You fucking worthless pig. They're really nice guys.
We want to spit in your mouth. I gotta go get a drink of water, guys.
That's fine. I'll take a pay cut.
No, but the final strike for me was my last employer before I started the trucking. I was going back to college. Third time was the charm. I was hoping it didn't work out. But I can genuinely say, if I discovered trucking sooner, I don't think there would have been a second or a third attempt at college.
No,
I love driving. I may not like the way some things are going.
That's any job
within my situation, but I do love driving. I do. It's awesome.
I think you get any kind of little gripes in any job. I mean, Hollywood actors, they make millions.
Yeah.
I don't want this.
This gun shoots real bullets. Look. Pew. Sorry, Alec.
That's not too soon.
No, it's not too soon.
That wasn't soon enough.
But yeah, so no,
Oh, jeez.
I wanted to go back to college, and they gave me a hard time. Like they were trying to press going
The job before?
Yeah. I don't want to say the name.
What, the warehouse?
Yeah, the last warehouse I worked in, out in Sharon Springs.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, that's right. I forgot you.
Yeah, I did 2 years there.
I did 2 years.
I talk about like the jail sentence.
So it's not Target, but think of the other Target, the rival to them.
Bing.com. No, but they were like, well, why do you want to go back to college? Why don't you go through our management training program? What is that going to do for me? Well, make you a manager here with us in our company. I'm like, okay, but if I leave this company,
like a fucking cult.
I go, but if I leave this company, will this documentation that you guys give me get me a job anywhere else? Well, no, it's just for our company.
Yeah, that's cultish.
I have to pay dollars a day for a program.
You had to pay too?
Yeah.
That's a fucking
I believe
cult.
I had to pay for it.
Give us money and then you can have a job here and you'll get nothing outside of that. It's like, what? So I'm doing work for you and paying you?
But yeah, and then I told them, no, if I'm going to be a manager for your company, I'll go get a management degree.
Yeah.
So that should the day ever come I want to leave here, I have credentials to carry me somewhere else.
Yeah.
Bigger, better, hopefully.
That's some kind of swindling bullshit.
And they were like, well, I'm just saying, you're going to be putting out a lot of... The one dude said to me, GR, I'll say his name as, GR literally said to me, he's like, well, yeah, if you want to go in debt and then be paying back for years to come, this, you won't even notice. It's just dollars. It's just dollars. And you don't even realize it's gone until you're making more money. And then it's because, yeah, but then I can never leave.
Yeah.
Because, no.
Yeah.
So they gave me a hard time. I transferred my shifts, even though I was 3 weeks late to go to college because of it. Like, they strung me along. And then I was like, oh, I got to do something different. I'm out.
Yeah, that's like cultish. See, mine wasn't that bad. Mine was just a horrible atmosphere and just basically the whole place was on autopilot. You could tell everyone was basically their own boss, and they were just kind of in the office looking outside, like, talking about sports all the time. You go in there and they'd be talking about basketball, March Madness, or football, or some shit like that. Like, there's a fire out on the floor. It's like, oh.
Speaking of fires, did you hear about the fire in Indiana, the Walmart distribution center?
I did hear about that.
That was bad.
I didn't see anything. I heard about it.
Oh, I saw.
It was brought up to me. But
I was there. I said the fire. No, I didn't.
Oh, wait a minute.
No, I'm not going to say that. I did not. That was a joke.
There was I don't want anything to... There was, I don't know if it was the same thing, but there was a video I saw, maybe on TikTok, of a woman filming, like, back in the pet food section or something. You see flames, like, kind of, like, rising up. They must have been about 15 feet high.
It might have been. It was a distribution center.
It was a distro center?
It was a distro center.
It was a distro center, not a super center.
No.
Okay, no, this was in a store.
Warehouse. No.
Someone's running out there setting Walmarts on fire. Then because that you're talking about a distro center, I'm talking about this was a store.
I didn't do it.
This was a store.
Wouldn't that be ironic if I got a phone call now? I got a phone call when the fire at Keymark happened.
Did you?
That was down in Florida.
Oh, that's right.
They called me. Hey, you worked at the paint booth, right? Yeah. Did you know about this? Yeah. Well, why didn't you say anything? Because I was told by maintenance not to. Oh, well, never mind. Well, and this was Keymark that called me.
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, never mind. We're good. Oh, okay. You don't need any more information? You want to come write a statement? No, we're good. They were really quick to tell me, no, I don't have to write a statement or anything.
Do you remember when Mr. Clean showed up there? And he was like, I don't know if he worked for OSHA or PESH or whatever, but he was doing like the walk around for safety shit.
Yeah.
He was doing that for a while. Like he was there for a week or two or something like that. I remember when he came up and started talking to me, he asked me about, I can't remember what he asked me. This is what?
Almost 20 years ago.
16, 17 years ago anyway.
Dude, we've been best friends for 19 years now.
He came up to me and he started talking to me like, about something about procedure or something. I go, you want to know what else they do wrong? And I go, I'll tell you. And I ratted them off about 6 or 7 different things I knew about. And then later, after we left, they had been like, they had a fire there, and they had people go in and check, and they had like, 24 violations or something like that.
They paid a lot.
I'm sure they did.
That company got hurt because of that.
I'm sure they did.
You remember, where's my boots? Where's my lunch pail? Where's my hat?
That was Air Force. Didn't he do that?
Air Force did it to Phillips, yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, is that yours?
Is that yours?
No.
No.
Yes, it is.
He took it off and waved. We made him quit.
So for everybody listening and doesn't know what we're talking about, down this old sweatshop.
He tried to sell me the meth car.
It was that's a whole nother story. It was a paint line that they hang up big long pieces of metal for like molding and
Keymark
doors and
Keymark was a metal extrusion and painting factory.
Right.
Anything from framing for your doors to the metal framing in businesses that you'll see hanging lights and shit. So go ahead, sorry.
So we were working on one of the lines that would
paint line too.
You'd string them up on we were on both of them at one point.
Yeah.
They would string them up on these chain runners, and they go around this whole
on a belt, chain belt.
Yeah, and they go around this whole thing, paint them, dry them, treat them, whatever, and bake them. So whatever. That's not important. What's important is we worked with this one kid.
TP, we'll call him.
Yeah, of course. We'll just call him Tim.
He was as good as ass paper.
We'll just call him Tim. We work with him, and then another guy. I can't even remember the other guy's name, but we called him Air Force.
I don't remember. Yeah.
So
he was in the Air Force. Tim
was kind of a prick, and
kind of. Dumbass tried selling me a meth car.
He was an asshole. He got in trouble for meth. He got his car busted into because he had a little meth lab in the back.
They tried to sell it to me. I'm like, what happened to the trunk? Oh, I had to break into it. You sure that was when the cops broke into it and found your meth lab? Oh, you know about that? Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the days we were there, Air Force takes all Tim's bullshit, like his jacket and all the stuff like this, hangs it up on the paint.
His jacket, his lunch pail, his hat, his boots. Because he had his work boots and then he had his nice boots that he would put next to his shit. Everything got hung on the line.
So we put him up on the line, or not we, but Air Force puts him up on the line. They go around the line. It takes depending on what it is, like a half hour, 45 minutes to go around the whole
45 minutes.
So he's looking for all this
for a while.
He's looking for all this stuff, and he's like, "Anyone see my shit?" And blah blah blah. And we're like, "No." And then finally they start coming out, and then that's when the Air Force, that whole spiel happens. Like, is that your stuff? And Tim looks at it, goes, knowing very well, you could tell, you would look at Tim and know in his eyes, he knew exactly what the fuck it was. He knew it was his, but he looks and he goes, no. And then Air Force rips the shit off him, waggles it around like a fucking hot dog, goes, yes, it is. That's the same guy, the other story, which I just told the story like within the last week. That remember we got him to quit?
Yeah.
And he would always, our old boss Rodney, really good guy.
Oh,
he's now he's the boss of the DPW, like the town, yeah. So he's walking by down there, and Tim said something, be like, what did he say? He said something about I went and told Rodney off or some shit like that.
No, he was, all right, really quick. So he was bitching about work that day because we were wrapping the spacers.
I don't know what he was bitching about.
I remember. We had like those 6 foot, 7 foot long like square pieces of metal.
Yeah, and you had to put them together in 12s or something.
No, we would wrap them in styrofoam to put them between the big pieces of metal.
Yeah.
Well, because we had no metal coming out that day, the extrusion, the presses they were down or something like that, but we were all there and they were supposed to be getting fixed. And metal could be coming at any time. We spent, I think it was the first 4 hours of our morning wrapping these things up in that white styrofoam, and he's getting all pissed off. I could be home doing something else. I'd be making more money. And in the back of my head,
making more meth.
In the back of my head, I'm like, well, selling drugs didn't work out for you the first time. I wouldn't try it again, but whatever, to each his own. So I remember because George was over with us, and And I'm like, dude, come on. This motherfucker, all he's going to do is bitch. Dude, we're getting paid to sit here and rap.
Right.
So yeah, shut the fuck up. Tim, same guy. Yeah, shut the fuck up, Tim. It's not like you're going to go say anything about it. I'll fucking go say something. You won't fucking do it. Ronnie's right over there.
Yeah,
because I said
like,
something.
I'll go fucking tell Rodney off right now.
I said, because Ronnie's over there. Go fucking do it. You lying sack of shit.
Yeah.
He storms off. Sorry, continue.
So he's like, he's running his mouth. I remember him looking at me with those goofy fucking eyeglass things. Like, he has safety glasses there.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll go fucking tell him off right now. It's like, I'll tell him right to his face. I'll tell him to go take this job and shove it up his fucking ass. Like, no, you won't. You're like, I'll fucking do it. It's like, I think that's when you're like, he's right over there. I'm like, you won't do it. I'm like, I'll go quit today. I'm like, no, you won't. And then after about 3 or 4 of those, he finally storms off, walks down. He's gone for like 5 minutes maybe. And then he walks out. And they're like, wow, he quit. So I was like, well, we got him to quit. And he's an asshole.
15, 20 minutes later, Rodney
comes up. We're like, Rodney, did he tell you off? Rodney's like, no. He just said he quit and left. Like, he told us, he ran his mouth and everything.
I think Rodney's like, if that fat little fucker had opened his mouth once, I would have laid him out on the floor.
He probably did.
Oh, God. Good fun time.
I don't even remember how the fuck we got talking about Keymark fucking places. We were talking about Will Smith slapping his wife, and then all of a sudden turned into a sweatshop.
Oh, yeah. That place was a sweatshop.
They're talking about famine now. They've been talking about recession for a while. Like we're heading toward a recession.
Oh yeah.
And now they're starting to drop the big F word, like possible famine. Because now there's already places over in Europe, and there's a complete shift, like a 180 shift right now. There's places, I don't know if it's Spain, but Germany, maybe Portugal. I know Germany's one of them. They're starting to already ration food at grocery stores. Like, you can only get X amount of chicken or X amount of this or that. They're already starting to do that over in Europe. Part of that is to blame the whole Putin thing and the skirmish over there. But I know there's a lot of people that go, that's not going to happen. It's like, well, it already fucking did happen. 2 years ago, remember the chicken wing shortage? Which is still fucking high. And that was just from a disease that had gone through, or whatever the fuck it was. Yeah, it was a disease in some of the like a population of chickens or some shit like that. And then wings went up what?
Oh, like a dozen. They were going for like, you can get like an order of wings for like 10, 12 bucks.
Or something, or $2.50 a pop.
Yeah, an order of wings ended up becoming like 20, 30 bucks.
Yeah, they were expensive. Like, we've already had that. It can very well happen. And it's already happening again, just from fuel prices, diesel being one, fertilizer, because Russia, we get a majority of our fertilizer from Russia.
Yep.
And Russia's saying, well, we're not selling you shit then. So that's going to drive up prices for farmers trying to get fertilizer, which is also diesel-based fertilizers. So, and they're already...
You know, I say this in a mocking way, but you think maybe Biden is actually trying to do what Trump did? You know, make America self-sufficient?
If he is, he's doing it in a fucking weird way.
Maybe if I piss in their
mouth. Look, I'm just as good as you. Look at what you're not even watching what you're doing.
Maybe if I piss in their mouth enough, they'll learn to swallow and like it. I made America better. Trump did it too, but I did it better. Nope, Trump did it nicer. Someone under pressure.
Yeah. So they started throwing around the famine word, which I heard that and I'm like, now that's a bit of a, it's not really a stretch, like a super stretch, like conspiracy stretch. Will that happen? I don't think so. Maybe a recession again, like 2008.
Oh yeah.
Famine though, I'm like, that's almost like kind of a post-apocalyptic kind of thing, and then that seems like a big thing. But like I said, we've already gone through it once. It's actually one of the reasons. Actually, when they started talking about recession, we started growing our own like vegetables and whatnot. I'm like, you know what? Just in case, just because it's cheaper too. I was like, let's just go out and get a bunch of shit. So, you know, a whole bunch of different vegetables. That's what all of them out there. Like basically, as soon as the weather gets nicer, the whole back porch is like a greenhouse. So it'll all be back there. But
nice.
But yeah, then I'm like, oh man, if I had land, I'd just get chickens. Get chickens, have my own eggs. It's just because I love eggs. So yeah, but I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, does that make me a prepper? Yeah.
But you got to remember, you usually crack them and cook them and to eat them. You don't just shove them up your butt and absorb them.
Do I tell you how to ingest?
Yeah,
whatever
you're the one who told me to stop shoving them up my ass.
Oh.
Although I follow much.
That's probably true.
Much better source of protein. Poop out my mouth. South Park. Matt Stone and Trey Parker had the idea the whole time. I don't want to poop out my mouth anymore.
What are you guys playing? Harry Potter?
Martha Stewart with the turkey.
Which one is that?
In the episode?
Older ones?
Oh, yeah. In the episode where Cartman shoves food up his butt and ends up pooping out of his mouth.
Right.
And then later on in the episode, hello, welcome to the Martha Stewart hour or something like that. It's just, today we're going to be doing a whole turkey. Make sure you lube it up, the whole turkey, the strings are on it. She backs up her dress. Hey, just get that in there. The whole turkey goes, and in about an hour, we'll be having the poop bucket ready. Jesus Christ. She was really getting ready for Snoop Dogg.
Does that mean... Does that mean you have to cook it if you're eating it backwards?
It'll cook itself, come out cooked. Put it in raw, it comes out cooked.
That's right. The stomach acids.
Oh, shit. So Elden Ring, huh?
Yeah, another hard segue. This segue from this is like basically a
Well, we
box.
talked about getting things shoved up our asses, and it goes right into Elden Ring perfectly.
Yeah, I guess, because that game will definitely fucking...
Oh,
You weren't here for our Elden episode.
No. That's what I came up with the idea. Remember, you did one with Rich. We'll do one with me. Get Johnny Boy on for another one. Then we'll do a collab episode.
Once I think me and Rich are talking, and we're going to do an episode once everyone beats the game.
I think we all should do that one then.
Something like that, yeah. And then,
We should all be in on that.
so once because John's already beat it.
I know Johnny Boy's beating it. I don't know about Rich.
I don't know how close I am. Rich is behind me, and he's behind me and in front of you.
Fuck it. I'll look at the camera too.
Because
Kevin Smith style.
I think he's. She told me he's just going after Godfrey, the first Golden Lord there.
I thought Godric was.
No.
Godric's
Godric's a shard bearer, but he's not the first. He's not the first Lord.
You have to fight. You have to beat all the shard bearers just to get to the lords.
Oh, the shard bearer are like the main bosses in the game, like the main.
I've already beaten a
bosses.
shard bearer.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch.
Oh, okay.
Godfrey.
If I got ahead of Rich, holy shit, has he been?
Godfrey's the first one. I can't. As far as
Godric.
Well, Godric's the
Lord.
first one you meet. Yes, yes. If that's what you're talking about, yeah. Godric is the first one you run into, of the story bosses. Dude. Godfrey is the first Elden Lord.
Okay, I haven't gotten to him.
I did.
I gotta figure out.
I did both of them.
You did both of them at the same time?
Same time.
Wow.
One was kind of ghosty.
But he came and left.
He did. Real quick too. The other one was pretty solid.
Oh,
He was even faster.
speaking of ghosting, so someone I know just recently had a vasectomy. He's like,
He told me this.
I can't wait to ghost load the shit out of him.
He said that was like a month ago. He said that. What?
I was like, wait, what? He goes, oh yeah, she's gonna expect to get pregnant, and it's never gonna happen. I'm like, dude, you're an asshole.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know why. It must be something wrong with you,
I must be taking pills.
dickhead. No, but yeah, dude. So.
Margit the Fell Omen. That's the first like big boss you run into.
Margit.
Yeah.
The graft or
No. The first one before that.
Yeah.
And then you go through Stormville Castle. Then you run right into another boss. When I did that,
Godric.
I was like, oh, I finally beat Margit the Fell. Awesome. And I go through the castle.
and you run into Godric the graft.
Yeah, and then he's on the other side of the. I'm like, what? I just did it, boss.
I just did one boss. Now I have to do another to get ahead.
God, I gotta get ahead. You gotta do all these bosses. There's so many bosses in this place. There's 150 bosses in the game.
Ugh.
There's only like 12 story boss. You only have to beat like 12 of them.
I've yet to go back and beat the dragon in the swamp.
Oh, he should be
Easy for me now.
Yeah, you're 100 something?
20, 130.
Yeah. He should be way easy then. I think I went back and torched him at like 70 something.
I don't know, man. Those fuckers still hit hard, I'll tell you that.
Wait till you get to the mountaintop of the giants. I tell you, now, the last time I did this, I was a 175 or 8 when Rich was on. I'm a 222 now.
Deuces, baby.
Yeah. Now I don't want to level up anymore. I'm like, deuce is wild. I like that. 222. I like just staying right there. But until I get to 333.
Trip threes.
I got to the top of the mountain. Once you get to the mountaintop, everything else at 220s or even 200, it's like easy. Go to K-Lid, I can torch them like nothing. I can
The
on
rat
foot.
dogs?
On foot, I can just wipe them like
The,
two
Scary Marys?
hits. 2 hits, done.
The Scary Marys?
All of them.
Oh.
There's nothing there. Even those little prawn like sorcerer pricks.
The
The white prawn things, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And they have like all those needle things that shoot out their back.
Yeah.
And then they have the sorcery too.
I hate those.
Even them.
In the crystal.
Yeah, the crystal mines.
Crystal mines, yes.
I can even wreck them. Not a problem.
Maybe it's the way I've leveled up my weapons and my shield, but I can take those things out in like 2-3 swipes.
Yeah.
But I get hit by one and it's like I just got shot up with 20 doses of fuckacillin.
Like I can torch all of them. And so I'm going through the game, even like there's a few big field bosses in the game, like the gargoyles especially. They still hit hard.
I haven't ran
And
into
you gotta, well, you'll know when you do.
I ran into the fucking tree protector things.
Oh, the tree sentinels?
Tree sentinels, yeah, those are fun.
The,
I still got to get the first.
Or no, not
dude's,
the tree sentinel. I know what you're talking about.
No, the tree sentinel was the first boss that you helped me. Well, no, I beat on my own, but you and me spent like an hour trying to kill.
But then every time like we get invaded by somebody, there's always something stupid would happen. Like this is bullshit.
dude, I've played. Speaking of getting invaded, I've played now with you. I've played now with my buddy, the Big Jug. I've played with Hunter and Sorceress X. I've played with 4 different people. All 4 of you have said I get uncommonly invaded. It is uncommonly too much. I get invaded. They have played with hundreds of people and have never been invaded more than once.
What ranks are they? I can answer that. I can almost guarantee I can answer that.
They're up there like you.
And that's why. The game you'll be invaded by people that are a similar rank than you. And because you're at a lower rank, there's more people at that rank.
Yeah.
Once you get in the 2s, 3s, 4s, 500s, you're barely going to get, because it's going to match you with someone of skill. Even if we weren't on the same, like a password system, I couldn't, if I put my...
You'd never join me.
I would never show up. Because
so you have to create a password so I could join into your world.
Yeah.
But you notice it saves, there's like 5 of them you can save?
Yeah. But that's why I can join yours and you can join mine. Otherwise, it won't match us up.
Yeah.
That's why you get invaded so much more, because you're a lower rank. The lower your rank, I mean, you'll just get invaded like this.
Well, I'm in the 100s now. I'm like 120, 130.
You'll get to, once you get up higher and higher, it just becomes less and less. Like I haven't been invading anybody since like, I think once I crested like 120, right around where you are.
Oh,
it just pretty much stopped. Like I haven't seen a single person other than the NPC invaders. I haven't seen a single person.
Yeah, which I've wrecked a few of those guys now.
But now that kind of makes me sad, because I'm like, I wanna go back and face actual players. It's fun because that's how I got a lot of good weapons and stuff. But no, one thing I realized too, the last time I joined your session, I'm like, because my health was more than it was the first time I joined, I'm like, oh, this scales me to you. So my vigor is what you have, because my vigor goes like halfway across my screen.
Yeah, I noticed.
And
your vigor is like huge.
Yeah, I got the bigger vigor.
Yeah, but it's really narrow. My vigor is like short, but very round. It's like a stack of tin cans, 3 high.
But I'm like, all right. So the first time we joined, my vigor like went way down. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought that's the way everyone did. I'm like, that's bullshit. But it evens out scaling. I'm like, that's all right. I'm like, okay, I can deal with that. That's fine. Because the higher you get, the more And the less I'll be affected. Do I have a tumor?
I think it's the devil. He wants to talk to you.
So, what other bosses have you beaten so far? Well, first off, your ranking, you said 120, 130 something?
Yeah.
It's all right.
Oh, yeah, definitely 120s.
What's your build? What are you running?
Still developing.
What is your plan of what are you putting into, stacking into?
I've been keeping it even. No, that's a lie. I've kind of gone the way of vigor, strength, dexterity, faith, and intelligence. I've kind of leaned heavily towards those guys.
I actually got not intelligence, mind. The
Arcane? No.
Actually, I think it is intelligence that affects that stat affects your flask return, like how much you get, minorly, but how much you get from each flask consumed.
Yeah. Well, consuming the tears will increase how much your flask.
Yeah, the tears.
Yeah.
Not
the tears, the chalices.
The seeds.
The seeds increase the amount of flasks you can carry. The chalices increase how much you actually get back.
Yeah. The seeds.
Because now
I'm maxed out with seeds.
I gotta find more seeds.
I have 14.
I don't have that many.
I have like 9 health, 5
FP.
Yeah. Mana.
I've got
whatever you want to
5 health and 2 mana. I gotta find more seeds, but first I gotta find more dragon communions.
I think there's 2. There might be 3, but I know there's 2 for sure.
I only found the 1 so far.
There's one on the island.
Yep.
And there's one in Kalid. The southwestern,
I'll have to find it.
It's right down there.
Okay.
It's up on a hill. You know where we were going to that one castle to beat that double boss, that dual boss there?
Radon. No. Okay. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Where you were trying to get to Radon.
The pre-boss before Radon.
That whole field that leads up to that bridge.
Yeah.
Right as you turn into that little dip that goes down the map, up on the hill is a church, and that's where the second dragon, whatever is.
I'll have to find it.
That's where that is.
Because I learned from the one now. I learned all it had to offer, but one of them I need to up my faith, I think. Or is it
maybe. There might be some that have skill and faith. My faith is 50. I just went right up. I'm like, jack that thing right up.
Yeah,
I use incantations, so I use dexterity weapons and incantations. That's why I like the mess. Then I think my other ones are strength, just because I was dumping extra things into strength. That wasn't like a plan to make that anything. That's only like 48 or something, 46 or 48.
Mm-hmm.
And then actually, I think it's right on here. And then vigor was the last one.
Yeah. Yeah, vigor is.
Yeah, what have I got? Yeah, vigor is 53. Mind is. Mind's the one that increases the flask return. That's 33. Endurance 35. Strength 49. Dex 46. Intelligence 35. Faith 50. Arcane's 22. Or no, 20.
Yeah, no.
I have 8 slots or memory slots. I only use 4.
I have 6 memory slots, and I have all 6 being used, but the only one I don't have, I have Poison Cure, Frostbite Cure. I want to get, apparently there's a Scarlet Rock Break.
Yeah.
And
that's,
there's also...
It's poison. It's a duel of Poison and Scarlet Rot.
Blood Loss. There's a one that stops blood loss.
And there's one that stops Death Blight, too. And that's the most dangerous one.
I haven't ran into that one yet.
As soon as your bar in death is up, dead. Instantly.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that one's dangerous.
But yeah, so I got the first 2, which has been a godsend for certain areas.
Yeah.
Because I'll sit there and be like, oh, shit, one hit with the poison. I'm already poisoned.
And then you panic roll and you go through poison. You're like, no, I need more poison.
So I do the...
I've done that so many times.
I use the finger seal to break the poison, and it's like, oh, okay, I have a fighting chance. I've actually smoked a few minor bosses doing that shit.
Yeah, it makes it really convenient when you do
But
that.
yeah, bosses, I don't know how you guys got the Tree Sentinel armor. I haven't gotten it yet.
I can't remember, to be honest with you. Like I said, you saw the shit I have. I couldn't tell you how I got half of it. Some of it is just random weapons that like soldiers and whatever drop, and you just happen to pick them up. But like as far as the legendary or even like the boss ones, I don't know.
Well, I had the hugest thing about dual wielding, so I've been collecting 2 of all the weapons that I thought were cool. I'm just gonna get rid of that.
Yeah, I don't even bother with that. I have one of every. Yeah, I have one of everything. If I have doubles, and I just get rid of one of them. I sell them. Yeah. Otherwise,
it's an easy way to make some money back. Runes. Sorry, not money. Runes.
200.
Like
100. But at the point when you get, especially, even if you get the 50, 60 level, and you need like, I don't know how many, like 80,000.
No. I'm at the 90. I'm at the 90,000 runes needed for a level now.
Oh, I wish.
In 120s. I think between 50 and 70, it was like 13,000. No, it's like 20,000, 25,000 for a level. It might not even. You might have been a lower level, but yeah. Because when you're like down in like the 20s and stuff, it's like 15 or 13,000 or no, like 1,300.
Was it that low? Jeez, I can't remember.
I know, dude.
You want to know what it is now for me?
It's like 400,000 a room.
Just about 396,615 for the next level.
Yeah, but when you killed the giant, how many runes did you get?
Well, that's an exception, but it was like 130,000. But that's one. You're not going to run into a giant.
How many more giants do you have to kill, though?
That's it. That's the only.
Oh.
That was a big boss. You're not going to get that all the time.
Go back to the farm.
That farm. I do farm there still, but I farm for leveling weapons up. I don't farm. I've been at 220 for like 220 is fucking overpowered already. Like I have 220, especially with the spirit summons or the mimic ashes, the one that's
I gotta learn how to use those.
That thing, they make a majority of the fights way easier.
I haven't been able to use a single ash, and I've been in some fights, and apparently there's supposed to be this little like white tombstone outline on the left of your screen. Like if you're looking at your screen, pretend you...
Right.
So here's the screen. Over here is your weapon wheel.
Right.
Right above it is like this little rectangle. It's almost like a little tombstone looking white outline. It's very small, about the size of my thumbnail on my screen. And it's got just some like scribbling across. It looked like a tombstone being written on. That's supposed to be, if I remember correctly, when you can use your Ash of War.
Oh, maybe. I press triangle, then that other menu comes up on the bottom left-hand side. You have like your normal flask, weapons, and whatever you can switch behind.
Yeah.
And then you press triangle, and the second one comes up.
Like when you want to bring up your horse and shit.
Yeah. I have my Ash on the down for the D-pad, and I hit that.
I didn't even realize that.
If you bring it up and it's darkened, obviously you can't use it. But if you bring it up and it's illuminated, you can. So I'll just run in. I didn't even know that if that's the case. But I'll run into a place and be like, oh, a boss, and I'll hit it. And I was like, oh, there it is. And I'll just drop myself. Which takes from your FP or your HP when you use the Mimic tier. Everything else, you use FP to summon them. But Mimic tier...
you got to give your character life.
It takes like a third of my bar.
Which isn't much.
I've
seen how big your bar is.
Oh.
But I mean, you have a lot of bar left over, you fuck.
I will tell you what. That thing is a tank. So I'll go in. Now I'm getting to the point where like, I'm going to load him. Because if you have a shit ton of like incantations and bow and arrow and double this weapon and you're running, even if you have a bunch of stamina, it'll almost confuse your Mimic tier. Because he'll just pull out a fucking bow and arrow when he's got this massive sword and just start shooting arrows, which does fucking no damage to it. So you got to be careful. So I'll have him, it's like, okay, all you get, I'll go in and I'll either run like that, not the Moonveil. There's that golden katana. I can't remember what it's called. But I have that maxed out almost. Oh, it's like 260 damage per slash. I'll either have him give him that so he has a quick attack, or I'll give him the Bloodhound Fang so he's got a heavy or medium heavy attack. And I'll run either the same thing or I'll run the katana. So he's doing major damage and I'm doing like a lot of quick damage. And that's why I only have 4 incantations. I have a heal one. I have the magic fire one. Mm-hmm. I have the bolt, the lightning bolt, which is awesome.
I don't have that one. Maybe I do. I don't know.
It's basically an incantation lightning arrow. It's real quick and you can charge it and it hits it like with 50 faith. I'll do that, and it's like 499 damage for a quick one, and like 500 and some damage for a charge one. And then I have one other one. I can't remember what it was. I just got it like the last couple days. But
my thing is, I think, are you mismatching your armor, or are you doing full suits?
no, I don't do full suits because most of the full suits are like heavy, and I'm not running.
Well, it's not that they're full; they're heavy. They're balanced one way or the other. There's no happy medium.
No, you can take different things. Like there's different masks that add, like you can add. There's one the mimic or the silver teardrop whatever mask I got from the Eternal City. I think it was down there. You wear that and you get +8 arcane. Like I put it on and it went from 20 to 28. I'm like, whoa, that's quite the jump. But different ones give you vigor, health, or strength. Like you wear different capes or whatever, it'll increase your stats. Yeah. But then the other ones will just like increase poise and just normal stuff like that. But they also have a lot of weight. And I don't worry too much. Like any game, I don't worry too much about defense. Because if I can move fast enough and hit you hard enough, I don't have to worry about defense. But admittedly, sometimes you get hit and you're like, oh boy, that took half my health. So I gotta roll away quick. But it's like, well, don't get hit.
Well, I saw that dash shit you were doing. That's an Ash of War, isn't it?
That's Bloodhound Step.
Yeah,
that's what I used. I combined that with the Godskin Peeler, that weapon I had. And that's how I took down the giant. I was using the Bloodhound Fang for a while, and every time I'd get him down to like just barely alive, and then I'd die. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, you know what? I want to put that Bloodhound Step on, because that you can like get out of the way of stuff real quick.
Yeah.
One try with a Godskin Peeler and that Bloodhound Step, and I fucking beat him.
Do you remember where you got the Godskin Pillar?
Yeah. Because I just got it this morning. You can get it earlier. Have you been to the Windmill Village thing?
I'm not.
It's right before you go into the city. Well, you're not up. You just got the medallion to go up at that elevator, right?
I got the other half, I believe. I'll have to check to make sure.
I can't remember what the Decadus or whatever it's called.
Something like that.
Dectus or whatever. So go up that elevator, and when you get to the top, you're gonna hang a left. And you're going to go way up to the top of the map, and you're going to find this windmill village with a bunch of these crazy fucking cult broads dancing around laughing, and they'll ignore you unless you hit them.
Are they naked?
No, it's like
Well, then I have no interest being there.
what the fuck is that horror movie or whatever? It's a summer it's like a cult movie. It's a movie of a cult. I can't remember. It's a bunch of those broads, and you go past them, past the windmill village, and at the top of the hill, it's not a Godskin Noble, it's a Godskin something, or yeah, maybe it is Godskin Noble. I don't know. He'll fuck you up, but if you can do it on horseback, and if you drop a spirit ash there, especially one that's mobile and can hit hard and like it can tank it, you should be pretty well set. The first one I had to face was in the fucking Divine Tower in K-Lid in the basement of it.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, what the fuck? And that was earlier on. Then I left it alone for a while, and then I went back when I was way leveled up and torched him because I was way overpowered. But the first time I met up with him, and I tried to face him. I was like, Jesus, his attacks are ridiculous. But the one up in the top of the mountains, he hits a little harder. But that's where you get the Godskin Peeler.
Nice. Yeah, I want to get that. That looked pretty cool, man.
There's
a lot of weapons I see that I want so bad.
There's so many fucking weapons.
So I want them so bad.
It sucks because you can't, unless you're going to just grind hardcore and level all your stats up to use all of them. Because, like, the Giant Crusher, you have to have 60 strength in order to use it. Like, I'm not... like, I'm working on dexterity and faith. I don't know what I want to fucking... But that means I'd have to be, like, level 300. I'm like, 400,000 per one level almost? Like, that's... Dude,
if you do the bird farm, it's going to take you an hour to get, like, 1.5 million. And that's only going to give you, like, 3 levels.
Seriously. It's disgusting.
The struggle is real. So you enjoying your first Souls game?
The game's actually easy.
That's fun.
That's one
too.
thing I'd said, like, when I've talked to people online about it, and I told Rich, like, I know nothing about the Souls games, and he was like, "Oh man, I'll introduce you." I told him, like, I'm honestly not interested still. Even like this game is phenomenal, fucking phenomenal. I'm not interested in playing any of the Souls games for the sheer fact that this is true open world, and those are not. They're linear. Like, you have to do, and I'm like, the thing that really sold me on this game was the fact that it's open world. You can go and do what you want. I'm like, those are the games. Well, Red Dead Redemption, Grand Theft Auto, like, you could just go and do.
There was the, it's so open world. Did you hear about, I think I told you about it, the person who beat the speed record?
13 minutes or something?
No,
like that?
I saw one with like 49 minutes. Like, they launched their character, 49 minutes later, they beat the game.
No, there was one I just read last night or this morning, 13 minutes. I don't know if that's with exploits or whatever, but 13 fucking... I mean, I suppose it's possible. If you're not getting any upgrades or anything, obviously you're not, and you're just going from, all right, I know how to parry everyone, which I started to learn that, which makes things way more convenient. But
I'm 50-50 on it.
If
you got to block at the last second.
Yeah, if you can parry everyone and just parry, critical hit, parry, critical hit, parry, critical hit. I mean, doing that, and then as soon as you're done, go right to the next thing you have to do, and then right to the next boss, and then just do that.
Yeah.
I guess it's possible. Obviously, it's possible. It's been done.
All right, fuck it. I'm not trying it.
No. On the next playthrough, I think I told you, when I do new game, I've already made some of the characters. I've made Gandalf the Grey. I made the skin for that. I'm like, I could do a Sage run, or I could do like Link from Zelda. I made that character. But it's hard because they don't really have any tunics, or it's the hat part. Like, you can get away with some of the tunics from like Breath of the Wild is more blue than it was green. So you can kind of get away with that, but there's no hat for it. Not that I've found anyway. Simon Belmont, that one's easy.
Oh, Transylvania.
Yep. Kratos, that was like the first one I made.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, because they have the armor set basically in there, like the shirtless with the one shoulder pad thing. I'm like, that kind of reminds me of
Speaking of which,
God of War.
How did you change your characters look like that?
You go to the round table hold, and you go to the broad that wants to hug you and feel you up all the time.
The one that wants you to rest your head on her lap?
Yeah. And, oh, you're warm. Like, get your hand out of there.
Buns are so warm. Hey! Oh, my bad.
If you're looking at her to the right on the wall, at the end of the bed on the wall, there's a mirror. If you walk up to that mirror, you can go in and change your character, or you could completely alter it, and you have a bunch of save slots for different, like, so you can go in, completely redo your character, save the one you have, and then just save it as another slot, and then just switch the skin around. So I have like 7 now, I think.
I want to make Blade.
I have me with the full beard, and then I have me with just the stash.
I want to make Blade.
Yeah, you could. I've seen people made Thanos. They made Thanos. They made Wolverine. I've seen.
Yeah, because you got the claws.
Yeah, I got the double claws. I should make Scarlet from Brawlhalla.
Steampunk. Either steampunk or gutter slut. You know, the one with the white tank top with the black cum stain.
Front part.
I haven't played that in a while.
And I had to play it because the season, either ended this past Tuesday or ends next Tuesday.
Oh, I know. I'm not hitting 84.
And I was like,
I think I'm like at level 60 something.
I was like 77. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, I want Orion Prime. I want to fucking get that. I got this season pass for that skin. And I'm like, how many levels do I have to go? And I looked. I'm like, 77? Fuck. And you know how you get Blue Mammoth coins for doing the I'm like,
you could buy them.
I was like, I have enough to buy myself to 83. I'm like, fuck it. So I bought myself to 83, which I never do in any of the other seasons.
And they gave you mammoth coins.
So, no, because you're already out by then. But so I bought myself to 83. I'm like, good. I only have to do 2 levels. Half hour later, I had Orion Prime. Like, done. Back to Elden Ring. Like, Like, that's how good this game is to me. Like, I love Brawlhalla, and I love the competitive edge in Brawlhalla, but Elden Ring is so fucking good.
It is.
And
it really is.
It I think the reason I know the reason why I got so into it is because it's really like a love letter to the Legend of Zeldas, like all the old ones, Secret of Mana, Castlevania, maybe Final Fantasy. I don't really get into this.
Yeah, no, it does. I was just
Cloud. You can make Cloud too because they have that giant fucking sword.
I was gonna say it does pay homage to all of the classics.
Yeah.
Because in my experience, I've seen a lot of elements that I'm like, oh, okay, I see where they were going with this.
With a lot of the dungeons and stuff and castles, that's where I'm playing it and I'm like, fuck, this is Castlevania. I'm like, there's a lot of Castlevania in this. Like, this is awesome. Like, no wonder why I fucking love this. And then
the open world aspect of it, that's the cracked pots you fight. The big giant pot things.
Oh, did you go to Jarburg yet? Or it's a whole town of them?
No.
You can go.
They all want to fight you?
I think they do. Here's the fucked up. When they added
fucking crackheads.
Patch 1.03, they added new NPCs and new quest lines.
Oh shit.
One of them was in that Jarburg, and there's a new character there who wasn't there when I went there. When I went there, I went there and just, a bunch of jars. So I ended up killing a bunch of them. It fucked up the quest line.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I killed a bunch of them. And now you go there and you're the bad guy.
I haven't been to Jarburg yet, so I can be the good guy.
How the fuck? You're going to have to for science. Because
I'll do it. I'll do it.
I went there and fucked it up. I'm like, well, that's bullshit because there was no NPC there when I went there. And then they dropped 1.03. I wish they had... Just because of stuff like that, because the game wasn't complete. There were some performance issues, I guess, on PC, but then there's other things that weren't complete yet.
Yeah.
Now, that the game was kind of rushed to put out. I wish they had waited like 2 months.
Sorry.
Just to go through and be like, hold on, let's just finish these last few things. That's just a minor gripe.
Yeah, but in the same breath, you got to remember it was early release on PlayStation. Xbox had to wait to get it.
When did it come out? I don't even know.
I think it came out.
It could have been too long before we got it, right?
No. Let me fact check Charlie coming back.
I don't know. I could easily look it up and I just haven't. It was, I don't know, it was the end of February or something like that.
Weekend. When did
it was a weekend? That's weird.
Elden Ring come out?
Unless it's a Friday. Probably. It's like January of 2020. What?
It came out February 25th of 2022.
Right. In the States?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so we got it. It must have been like...
February 25th for the PS5.
A week and a half or so later, or something like that.
It says it came out the same day for everybody, but that's not right. Because I know, unless I wasn't paying attention.
Unless it was a pre-release or something that PlayStation had and they didn't. There might have been like a pre-order, early access thing.
Well, the main preload release time. Preload release time, platform, Xbox, 12 a.m. local time, February 23rd.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
But yeah, so we got it sometime in March.
Yeah. I'll say it had been out for about no.
It must have been like a week or two.
I was gonna say
it wasn't too long, but
yeah, you got it a week before I did. You got it. So yeah, you got it about 3 weeks after, 2 weeks after it came, 3 weeks after it came out.
Something like that.
I got it. No, I think I got it like 3 or 4 days after you.
Yeah, it was shortly after.
Because I know you got it. Yeah, that's right. You got it literally. We did the podcast with Rich, talked about it. You got it that night. Or the following night, you just went on and ordered it.
Yeah.
I got
we talked about it. Yeah, we had talked about it.
And I went and got it.
Like, fuck it.
Fucking Wednesday or Thursday of that week?
Yeah. So. Yeah, because it was a Sunday. I know. Like I told Rich, I'm like, when I watched the trailer for it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, the fuck is this trailer talking about? Like, there's this massive story, this convoluted story that they throw at you in the trailer. I'm like, what the fuck is this about? I just knew, like, watching the trailer, I'm like, this is not designed for casual gamers at all. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So that the trailer did not sell me on anything at all.
No.
Like, I had to go back and watch it, like, on YouTube, non-spoiler reviews, and watch what the hell it was. I'm like, all right, this looks... Even, like, watching that, the game itself was generic looking, but for whatever reason at the time, I was like, if I'm fucking... it's appealing for some reason. I don't know why. And then I got it, and then, you know, the rest is history. Like,
yeah.
Oh, classics. No wonder why.
Hey, it worked.
Yeah.
Fucking got us. Overall, I like the game is a good game. Very in depth, very involved, very...
Hell of a learning curve. Really steep learning curve. But once you figure it out, I think it's easy peasy. A lot of people have been talking about, this game's hard. I'm like, I don't think so. And maybe that's just because I'm so used to online against other people playing games. Like, I play this, and like, once you figure out the computer, the game's easy. The learning curve is fucking steep.
Yeah, because you have to learn to juggle so much at one time. Yeah,
there's so much stuff to know.
I mean, in the first 20, 30 levels, you already get your first... I got the Claw Mark Seal. I got my first incantation. I already had my first fucking second set of gear.
And I don't know about you.
A handful of different weapons.
I don't know about you and all that. Like, the first 20, 30 levels, I had all this shit. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do with all this. Like, what the hell do you do with it? Like, I don't know what that does. And I got this grease, and you have this. And, like, it wasn't until I was in, like, near 100 where I'm like, oh, I can combine this shit? I'm muscling my way through this game. I still don't combine anything. I barely craft anything.
Yeah, same here.
I just, like, incantations and brute force, or just speed, outsmart them. There's some bosses I've gone and be like, oh, this dumbass can't attack up. Huh. So I just run around, go on this little hillside, and stupid ass can't look up to shoot anything. I'm just firing arrows out, poisoning them over and over with poison arrows. Like, you fucking idiot.
But that's just it. So like all right, when you take that approach to it, yeah, you're right. But then again, like I said, it goes back to that in depth, and it pays a lot of homage to the classics, because a lot of the games that we grew up on, once you learned the routine, you had the boss, you had the board, you had the game beat. But as games have evolved, and that's why RPGs have always been and will always be my favorite genre, because they're always on the forefront of it. Active battle system, passive battle system, turn-based battle systems, constantly evolving bosses. Like, there was a few bosses that kind of mapped in this game, that kind of mapped your attacks. Like the Evergoals. There's the Frostbite one. You know what I'm talking about? You get...
I think I vaguely remember it. I went from doing so much searching around and finding a bunch of shit and finding what weapons I liked. The first maybe like 40 or 50 levels, boss fights were hard. But then I'd get, like, the right gear. And now going back... I went and faced Mog from the Mogwin Dynasty. The Bloodborne. He'll fucking torch you. I went in the first few times, got wrecked, said, fuck it, I'll come back and deal with him later. Forgot about him. I just recently went back this week with my Mimic Tier ashes and fucking annihilated him. That's the one I told you about, the shackle.
Mog.
Yeah, the Mog shackle.
Mog shackle, yep.
I didn't even fucking realize I had it. And it was like, oh, that makes it easier. Like Margit, when you have the shackles, which turned that fight completely around. You go in and you're like, wow, this is rough. And you use a shackle and like, wow, that was way easier than it should have been. I forgot I had the shackles, but I didn't need it. Because I just roll backwards. He throws out that blood thing that burns everything. Roll back, miss it, run around, hit him hard. Back up, let my Mimic go in, distract him, run back in. Heavy jumping attack, run back, let my Mimic go in, attack. Just over and over. It was like a fucking minute and a half fight. Same thing with Godfrey, the first Elden Lord.
Yeah.
That was like a 45-second fight.
Oh,
I saw him like, oh man, this is going to be a good one. And then like less than a minute later, I'm like, well,
I swear this never happened to me before. So you want to get breakfast or something?
but then that's what I was saying way before. All those fights and stuff, not too bad. As soon as you get to the mountaintop of the giants, it's like the game goes easy, medium, fuck you, and just dials it up to fucking 15.
1 finger, 2 finger, fist.
Yeah. And I went up there.
Oh Jesus!
It got hit. I'm like, oh, like their basics, like soldiers. One hit was taking my health down a third bar. I'm like, oh, you guys hit hard. I'm like, okay, we're gonna have to rethink this.
Boy, you guys are very challenging.
Yeah. So
Hope I can take it.
It was basically going back to like level 30 and 40 down in Limgrave. Like, okay, we're gonna have to move. So it was.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that place.
Oh boy. But then, yeah, like I said, just before he got here, finally beat the fucking fire giant.
Let me
what an
ask
asshole
you,
he is.
Let me ask you something. About when did you stop farming and start adventuring again?
I ventured the whole time. I honestly didn't farm. I didn't sit like when I think of farming, people sitting for like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and just farming. Like, I don't want to sit for fucking that. That's a fucking job.
I do 10, 15 minutes. I adventure, and it's like, oh, cool. I found another vendor. He's got stuff I want to sell. I'll go back, farm, but not for levels that time. I'll farm up to like 50, 60K, go buy a bunch of shit. Go back to that merchant, buy a bunch of shit.
Right.
Oh, okay, cool. Now I can learn how to do this. Now I can learn how to use this. I can learn how to go this way. Oh, look, I got more weapons. Nice.
I haven't stopped farming at all. I just don't farm in like those big chunks.
Yeah.
A majority of my levels have come from actually playing. You saw how much shit I have. It's just from going out and exploring and finding shit and beating field bosses. Like, oh, I have this new weapon. Oh, I have this talisman. I don't even fucking know what
Still
that
gotta
does.
beat the Evergold. I haven't beat the Evergold with the Crucible Knight.
He's an asshole.
He's a dick.
Holy hell. That took me a while to beat. Every time I go in there, I'm like, and then his second form, he's got that giant tail. And you're like, what the fuck? And you got to roll away from that.
I haven't made it to the second form yet. Thanks for ruining it, you asshole.
Well, you'll figure it out. You haven't gotten him down past half health.
I'm just joking.
Then you should have. All right.
I've gotten him close to death, and the fucking tail.
That's the worst. I'd rather go in and get torched within like 10 seconds and be like, all right, now we're going to figure that one out.
Spend 20 minutes to get him that much, then you did.
That's what happened with the fire giant every freaking time. I get him so close and then die. I'm like, I can beat you, but for some reason the game is not letting me beat you. And then this last,
want it?
But I was always
no.
Yeah, I was always on horseback because you have the option when you go in, you can go in, drop your spirit summons, and then jump on horseback and fight, or you can go in, drop your spirit summons, and summon in Alexander, the giant jar. Mm-hmm. If you summon Alexander and you can't go on horseback, I was like, fuck that. Horse is quicker to get in, quicker to get out. Finally, I'm like, fuck it, I'll have Alexander go in. That way I have two different options for distraction. But I'm like, I can't move around on foot fast enough because I get right underneath him. And if he lifts his foot up, he's like, you gotta. If you're in an animation, you get locked in, and that's how I die. So that's I put the Bloodhound step in. That's that quick, like,
yep.
That made all the difference in the world. One try with like the two of them and the Bloodhound step, one try took him right out without taking a single fucking hit. I was like, all right. That was just like that fucking snake thing. When we were online and I was talking to you, and I just wrecked him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I wrecked him without taking a single hit the whole time because they give you a bullshit. I don't care what you say. When you go into this arena, there's a sword or spear, something, this huge thing you take and you keep it after if you win. But you use it to face this guy. It's so bullshit overpowered because you charge up, fire hit, and it just stun locks the enemy. And then your spear, this is toward one of the underground places. I can't remember the name of it.
To find this fucking place.
But you stun lock him, and then if you got, especially the Mimic tier, because he's overpowered because I'm over leveled, he goes in and just wrecks him. And then you hit him again, then your Mimic tier hits him, then you hit him. He literally had no chance to get anything off. It's like he must have felt the way I felt in the early days playing some of these bosses.
You guys gotta stop. This is bullshit.
Yeah, this fucking game cheats.
These fucking players are cheating.
But yeah,
NPC, leave me alone.
I would just constantly stun lock him over and over and over and over. He couldn't do shit. And that's why I'm laughing playing him. Like, he can't fucking... I was like, I'm wrecking this guy. He can't do anything.
Oh, shit.
And then I think my spirit ashes took like 4 hits and I took none. And that's something too, is your Mimic tier is a tank. That thing must have like 4,000 vigor or something.
Oh,
like
Jesus.
it takes so many hits, like the same hits I would take and be dead in 3. He could take probably 30.
I'll have to try it. I think I have the Mimic Tear.
So worth it.
I buy that off the lady, right?
No. The Mimic Tear is fuck, I can't remember. I remember facing the Mimic because everyone's like, "Oh, don't you face the Mimic? Make sure you go in with no armor on and like no weapon or something like that, or a basic weapon, because you walk into this arena and it mimics whatever you have. So then you're basically facing yourself." I didn't even think I didn't know where I was or where it was, so I just went in. All of a sudden, it formed like, "Hi, me." I'm like, "Okay, I've heard about you," and beat him pretty easy.
I know what you like. I can win. Me runs by. No, nice fucking try, asshole.
So I
Don't run away from your feelings.
So I beat him, and I can't remember if I got the Mimic Tear there or somewhere else in the.
I'll have to search it.
That's in the underground place there, the Eternal City, whatever it's called.
Where you go down the one well?
It's in the same area, but it's not where that is.
Because I never went back there. I got to go back there.
If you go in, there's a lot of shit down in that area.
Yeah.
Because there's a whole bunch of different places down there. But like the Famine, the place that's down that same area, it's just across that like Scarlet Rot like river or whatever. If you look at Mog's Dynasty and you're in that well place, if you look up, it's way up on a hill. And the other side is where so it's all one area. But
okay.
Yeah, I don't remember. You'll have to look it up. I can't remember where I got it from. I can't remember where I get most of the shit from. I remember some of the old stuff. Like
Get the Mimic Tear before I go fight the Mimic.
I don't even know if that's
This way it's possible.
Wouldn't that be so? That would be the Spider-Man meme where the three of you are pointing at each other.
Hey. What are the Avengers? What are you in a boy band? You're in a band? No. It's Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
That was a good movie.
I have to see that movie.
It was worth it. Yeah, so I don't know how far along I am to beat it. I have no idea.
I got time.
Part of me, once I beat it, just to close this out, I think I'm going to spend time to further upgrade all my shit and find more stuff before you start New Game Plus. Because New Game Plus, you keep all your stuff, but all the maps and everything are put back. It's all right back down to the grave. And I'm like, I want to have most of the shit and just focus on quest line the next time around. So I don't have to worry about like.
Well, because your level stays too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I don't want to have to worry about leveling things up, finding weapons, finding all this. I want to have the exploring done and just focus on the story to maybe the second time through be like, okay, what the fuck's going on? Because I still don't know. I'm just going around exploring shit. It's like, where's the next boss? I just want to fight something.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna. I might create, like I said before, because I don't know how true it was, but I was talking earlier about how I read the article about how a female character gets a buff.
What if it's a male character dressed as a female, we identify as a female? Oh, by the way, I did change my name to Rune Paul. That's what I'm going to do.
Rune Paul!